Hello, Cancer. Welcome to what you need to know for the next 2 weeks. And what I'm getting right off the bat is some of you are dealing with somebody that's a little not trustworthy in the background. They could be very manipulative. They may have addictions that are just sucking you backwards, bringing you back to a place that you were once before. Now, it could be family, it could be someone else, but here's the beauty of it. I am getting this beautiful amazing outcome. So let's take a look at the next 2 weeks. That's what you need to focus on to move past wherever it is in your life. This may be your addictions. It may not even be someone else. This is for the sun, moon, and rising sign of Cancer, and we'll dabble just a moment on romance throughout the reading and a card at the end. But we're looking at career, finance, family, friends, whatever comes through, I will relate it to you through the cards. Now, what we're looking at is this unbelievable dynamic where somebody is doing something very harsh, okay? They're a very harsh individual. They may have distinctive features amongst them, where they really stand out. What I mean is almost like, like they might look like they're Roman. They have that feature, a very distinct feature about them, a distinct characteristic trait about this person. It's time for you to move forward past this individual and move into a different sector in your life. Now, when I see this beautiful Chariot card, that is talking about our Cancers, and that is positive because this means that you are going to move forward after successfully completing this cycle. Meaning you're going to say what you need to say, you're going to do what you need to do, you're going to make sure that things are in check so that when you leave, it turns into a victory moment for you. It's not like, just ignoring it and don't say anything, because that means it's going to turn into a repetitive pattern, which we're seeing with people throughout our lives. You're not going to do that anymore, Cancer. And that in itself is like the biggest key moment for the next 2 weeks. So for some of you, this person is brought into your life to teach you and get you through this transformation of your own self, and bringing out that courage and strength and power that is already inside of you. The stuff you were supposed to use all along, but when you keep going through things like that, or meeting new people and jobs, and this one's a romance, and this one's, not getting your kudos for what you did at work, it's like, it accumulates to where we just say, forget it, I'm not even going to say anything, why bother? But this is your moment to actually stand up and speak and say what you need to say. Now, this person may have been really tugging at you since the full moon, all right? Now, the energy is shifting. This is like an energy prediction right now. It's a little bit of a different reading for you guys because I wanted to capture it in a different way. So this is the general part for all of you, and I'll pull it in more detail as we go along. But with this moon card, they may have been very sneaky in doing this behind your back. And that's the real overall message that I'm getting. So this is pulling a punch that could hurt you in one way. But if you use your mind, body, soul in alignment, we have the Three of Pentacles. So this is an opportunity for you to align to get all that you're meant to get. This Three of Pentacles is saying you might also have somebody who's coming in with an offer, somebody who went through like a business that went through a lot of changing, and they may have ignored your emails, they may have told you no on the job interview, but yet they've made room for you to come in and get this opportunity. And I feel that it's going to be very, very rewarding for a lot of you. Now, we have the card of Ten of Cups, and the Ten of Cups is saying happy home, happy family. This is going to bring you the abundance that you need. Abundance, remember, that is love, so it can be a love relationship, but it's also about having enough of everything around you that you need, having the home you need, having the car you need, not prosperity where you're or overflowing of money or an overflow of, but it's exactly what you need, and that is what's going to excite you guys. Sorry if you can hear that siren. I'm still in New York and I will be here for a little longer. I'm working on leaving soon, so hopefully wish me luck. I hope it works this time. 3 is always a charm, right? And that's how I do my readings, 1, 2, 3. So you guys, this is an opportunity to have that brand new beginning. And this is what I'm saying. This is going to lead you to cutting any ties with anyone that has deceptive behavior, that makes you feel like you're going to go backwards. It's like, I'm not going to do that again. I've already come too far. Forget that. There's no way. Now, whether this is with one person or they're triggering you just to remember what you've walked in this journey, you've gone through the transformation. You have the death card is about an ending that leads you to a new beginning. And all of these cards are saying that's exactly what's happened for a beautiful sign of Cancer. So if you are in a relationship itself, the two of you may have made this really great unit at one moment, but then it changed everything. All the dynamics changed. And now you're faced with an opportunity. Do I stay or do I go? And I don't feel you're going to be in split mind. It's going to be conscious awareness. So your internal consciousness, your unconscious self, subconscious self is going to say, no, I know exactly what to do. You're going to know exactly what to do because you're completing this cycle, and victory is the outcome. So you have that 3 of Pentacles. Remember, the happy home, the 10 of Cups, all of these very positive messages are coming through. So the turmoil that you've been through, the struggles you've been through, there is a reward getting ready to come in for you. Now, I feel for a lot of you, it was way overdue. Look, you have the 10 of Swords, right? And it was way overdue. Now, with the 10 of Swords comes the Ace of Swords. That's what I mean. You're completing a cycle. You're literally going to end this cycle. And it's going to be an incredible moment where you are going to feel more confidence than you felt in a long time, Cancer. You're going to feel more enlightened about life again. Like it's worth living to the fullest. Like going out and doing things and doing it different and trying things that you may have been a little bit hesitant on doing, whether due to lack of money or just the belief in itself, in that there's something better out there. If this is a relationship, well, it's going to come through now because we're going to pull some detail on this, you guys, and I feel it's going to be dynamic. Now, these are multiple messages, so there may be different messages that come through as I look at this deeper. And please know, the only way to know if this is your reading is to book your own reading, which I still have them open. They are open at the 2020 prices on my website. You can check that out below. So you guys, make sure you read the key dates on my blog when you're at the website. Key dates for June, because this is being recorded in June. There's still some important dates, some important messages through that, and the full moon reading that I put in writing LA's blog, so you can check that out as well. And look for the age of Aquarius. Aquarius rising is coming very soon. So, you know, with this, it's like I said, you've been through so much stuff that it's like there's no stopping you, all right? Whoever this deceptive individual is, you're going to look at him and you're going to go, I know who you are. I know it. And I am not going to go backwards because of everything that you've been through. The communication is going to come in for you guys when it pertains to a job. Now, I feel this is a job that you may have applied for, and you may be the 8th applicant. It may have been 8 weeks ago. For most of you, it was probably 8 weeks ago that you applied for this particular job. There is a contract going to be associated with it. So it means you have to read the contract very carefully. Mercury's gone direct. I don't mean that there's going to be a forgotten cross of a T or an I wasn't dotted. But it is always important to read contracts, and contracts are not always fun to read, but they are very important because it has to do with lack, all right? This information coming in, if you've been out of work, this is an opportunity that you may have applied for 8 weeks ago. And this opportunity is in an area that has a lot of red brick around it, brick buildings, brick planters. So for those of you, if you've been looking in an area like that, if you went on a job interview like that, be ready for something to come in. It may not even be that job, but that's the hint, that's the clue that this other opportunity is coming in. Because there's 2 for some of you, and for some of you, this particular reading is letting you know there is one coming in. So that's the landmark for you to identify with this general reading. But for a lot of you, I feel it's like in a downtown center. It's in a plaza. It's in an area where there's a lot of a complex around it. Leave a comment on that. That is, again, in a private reading where we would go into detail. The Four of Wands is saying it has to do with your foundation. You may have been feeling lack of income, lack of family. And I do feel for some of you that there's a sense of loneliness, and we don't like Cancers being alone. I don't mean that you can't be alone. It's like you don't want to be alone. That's the thing. You're all full of love. You're Cancer. You're the cup. You're filled with beautiful emotions that can be heightening to a lot of people, and a great value, a great asset when it comes to whatever this opportunity is, whether it is romance or whether it is a job. The reason why is you're going to put your heart and soul into this opportunity. So if you get this offer and it is work related, you're going to love it. You're going to love what you do. You're going to enjoy getting up, whether it's in your home or it's virtual, or it's in person. You're going to love what you're doing. You're going to love waking up and saying, yes, finally, I'm doing what I want. And as a result, there's the Queen of Pentacles. Remember, I said you have this other opportunity coming in. Now, you could be dealing with a Virgo, Taurus, or Cancer, Capricorn individual, but I feel for a lot of you, this is more that opportunity that is going to make you feel secure. So you're going from the Five of Pentacles, feeling a lack of attention, feeling lack of finances, lack, and you may have even been bordering a little bit of deep sadness, even possibly some slight depression going on, feeling a lack of hope, let's put it that way. And your faith will be restored over the next 2 weeks. Something is coming through that is going to restore your faith. It may be this video alone, and please let us know. If you are in an angry state, you must get out of that angry state. Remember, what you think is what you bring in. So if it's anger, you won't be able to create the bond. That means that the job may not be a permanent job. It may not be one that you're harmonic with. We want you to get the outcome that I'm being guided to share in this reading. So Cancer, open up, because this is an opportunity that is going to challenge you to no end. That's what I mean. You're going to love it. And some of you might have air attached to you. Air in your chart. We all have different zodiacs throughout our chart. That could be your opposing sign. That may be your moon sign, right? For some of you. Whatever it is, this is going to be stimulating to your mind. So you're going to feed your mind and you're going to grow it. You're going to just work on all of this beautiful part of you to create a dynamic that is going to highlight the brand new path for you. Now, the moon card is also talking about the full moon that just happened. You can clearly see this is a full moon. And I just did that full moon reading, so please check that out on my blog, on my website. It's free. This full moon period right here is actually going to open up and light this path for a lot of people. Because when the moon is full, and I don't know if you guys got to go out, but I did. It was like my dog wanted to go outside. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning, so we went outside. He had to go potty, and he wakes me up, and I can't go back to sleep until I take him out. So Captain Lovebug and I went out, and I'm staring at the moon. It was so beautiful. It was absolutely incredible. And you guys, Cancers, you would have loved the moon. Let me know if you saw it, because it was awesome. But one thing I saw, you know, I give these readings, and a lot of times I don't remember what I say because it's guided. So I see it, hear it, feel it, and it comes through, and I throw it out there to inspire and help you guys. But in the moment, I'm watching it, and it was amazing how much of the yard was lit up. So there wasn't very much darkness. And if you ever seen the full moon in the snow, it's amazing because it's just like white. Everything is lit up. And that's what I see coming for you, a lit up path where there is no jumping off the path, no confusion. You know exactly what direction to go. That's what's coming, and we have the Chariot following it. So some of you, I feel you may be doing this remote, but for the majority of you, that you're going to have to travel to go and do the interview in person. If you are actually relocating and you're going to look for a new home, this is your moment to get in the car, Go check it out. There's a lot of scamming going on. So do not be taken advantage of because you didn't want to drive or fly there. Commute is very, very important. If you're on one side of your country and you're going to go to another, you must go out and see that area, more particularly whatever you're signing the contract on. Okay, so pay attention to everything going on around you. With the Chariot comes this sense of victory, right? And this is the second time you've gotten the Chariot. You had it in the other deck of cards that I put out too. You see, this is an amazing opportunity coming in, and it may not feel like it today. So we are ending this with the Empress, and the Empress is saying the circle is getting ready to complete. And this is you coming to this beautiful place inside, male or female, where your world is getting it could even be transferring in your own unit to a different unit underneath the same umbrella that you work for, the company you work for. It's going to bring back a piece of that power that you felt that you lost. The lack in the earlier in the reading, the lack is the lack of being able to make choices, the lack of being able to make decisions, because somebody may have pulled it away from you, reminding you of stuff that you've already gone through. But this is an amazing opportunity that is going to be very, very profound for you guys over the next 2 weeks. There will be something around you that's going to hint this. Now, for some of you, it may have been the full moon itself, all right? That was a couple days ago from the date that I'm doing this reading for you. And that may have given you this instant hope or regained sense of faith that something better is on the way. That was your clue. And for others of you, remember, the new moon is toward the end of this month, rolling into July. So it's still in this reading, but it is a moon phase. It is an energy cycle. So let's just pull one romance card and I'll give you the general message. Please thumbs up and share your comments on how you feel about this reading. Is there a potential here for you? Now, remember, if you are in an anger stage, you want to make sure that you're listening fully to what's going on, because the anger blocks us from receiving information, from receiving love, from receiving money. So listen again and make sure that you hear everything correct, because this is probably one of the most inspirational, positive readings I've had for Cancer in quite some time. And here's why. Free yourself. Okay, so when it comes to a romantic situation, if you felt trapped or stuck, if you're dealing with somebody where it's like addicted, you can't say no to this person. If you are in a soul connection, you can't say no to that person, and they may be pulling you backwards. Free yourself from that energetic bond. Get one of the cord cutting ceremonies that I do. It's a guided one. It's on my website. Excellent reviews. People are loving it. It is helping them tremendously, and it's super cheap. So this is a great way to disconnect those unseen cords that are holding you in place in this section of your life when it comes to whoever you've been dealing with in the past, whether that's a current partner or somebody else from your past. Because in the future, you've got a new relationship. You've got you have this type of moment, if you're in a relationship, where you can transform that relationship if you choose to. But I feel a lot of you, no matter what it is, whether it's a new one or one you're in, you're moving into a whole new direction on the way you see relationships in general. The way you view a relationship is probably very different than the people that you've been picking. You love this way. You love open-heartedly, like a Cancer. They may not. They may be, oh, no, you show me first, and show me for 10 years before I open up, okay? So that communication needs to be open on both ends. Whatever you're doing is rolling you into a relationship that will be worth every second of your investing in it. Have a great next 2 weeks. Thank you for watching. Look for the Age of Aquarius, Aquarius rises coming next week. Much love.